talk more now about the situation in Libya, joined by Middle East commentator Nabila Ramdani. Nabila, thank you for joining us here on Sky News this afternoon. You heard there what the leader of the National Transitional Council here in the UK, certainly their spokesperson, had to say. As far as Algeria is concerned, they've talked about an act of aggression. How do you think they might respond?
Well, for a start, Algeria hasn't recognised the National Transitional Council yet, and the Algerian government has put out the fact that they're harbouring members of the Gaddafi family for humanitarian reasons. Now, of course, this is a position that it has upset the new government in Libya, and there is bound to be growing international pressure put on Algeria to indeed hand over members of the Gaddafi family who are currently in Algeria. The problem is that although Algeria has signed the Rome Statute of the ICC, the International Criminal Court, it signed it in December 2000, it hasn't ratified it, which means that technically members of the Gaddafi family who are currently in Algeria may never be extradited. And it also means that if indeed Colonel Gaddafi and the rest of his family members were to enter Algeria and remain there, it means that Colonel Gaddafi and his son Saif al-Islam might never face trial.
But it may be a problem that is purely transient, because they might just be there for a short time before they move on to, the suggestions are that they could move on to Eastern European countries.
Probably, but one doesn't know what their next movement could be. But what is for sure is that Algeria is for now providing safety and protection to the members of the Gaddafi.
The people that have crossed the border so far are not wanted by the International Criminal Court. Does that in any way move the goalposts?
I don't think so. I mean, we've heard mixed messages coming from the National Transitional Council. On the one hand, we've just heard one of their spokesperson saying that there was no retaliation, no idea of revenge. But at the same time, we've also heard the leadership of the National Transitional Council calling for the extradition of those members of the family who haven't been involved directly in Gaddafi's war crimes. But domestically, Algeria will face crucial challenges, because there's increasing opposition within Algeria, especially from terrorist organizations, Al-Qaeda in the Islamic Maghreb, which is opposed to Algeria's support to the Gaddafi regime, and only 3 days ago organized a double suicide attack on the military academy 80 miles south of the capital city, and has pledged for further atrocities. Now Algeria is stepping up significantly its security.
What is the connection between Libya and Algeria, apart from them being neighbours, of course? Why would they go there?
There have always been very strong relationship between the two countries, and this started before the Gaddafi era. When King Idris was in power, he very much helped the Algerian resistance movement to fight against the French in a bloody war of independence, providing financial and military support to the Algerian resistance movement, and allowing Algerian resistance to organize themselves from Tripoli. In the 1970s, when Algeria was under economic sanctions from France, Libya again offered $100 million to Algeria. The money was never used, but it was returned to the country afterwards. But it was very much appreciated, and certainly made the headlines. More crucially, during the 1980s and 1990s, when Libya in turn was under strict economic sanction and was facing was under embargo, Algeria was crucial in providing Libya with supplies, essential supplies to face the difficulty.
Okay, thank you very much indeed for your expertise. Appreciate it. Thank you.